Time passes strangely here at the circus, if it passes at all. Your hand grips for purchase on the merry-go-round. The lights shimmer and dance before your eyes, and you could have sworn you saw someone. From last summer, from elementary school days with your hands sticky from candy and a tangle caught in your hair. From before. It's a million years ago now, anyways. But you saw someone wavering at the edge of the crowd, watching you. But you look back and they're gone. Maybe if you use another ticket, weave your way deeper into the roaring crowd, you'll find them before they find you. Hi, my gremlins and ghouls. How are you doing today? Today I'm bringing you a quick little speed build of a refuse/maintenance area to the right of my circus entrance. The concept behind this build was to create an area that served as like a juxtaposition from the entryway of the circus, which is really bright and colorful and in your face, and then to have a kind of muted, darker area beside it that has been overgrown with plants and is full of all of the refuse, all the things that the circus doesn't need or doesn't use at any particular time. They're just tossed there. And I'm thinking eventually of making this area kind of wind into where I hope Vladimir is going to live. He's going to be our groundskeeper/maintenance man of the circus, and I kind of want it to be this windy, mysterious, abandoned area that kind of counteracts that crazy, colorful side of the circus. So while I think that circuses in general kind of lend themselves to a horror atmosphere or something like that, I didn't want to go full horror. I didn't want to give you like totally spooky. I wanted to give you this kind of vague eeriness. In the end, this build was really based around the idea that nostalgia is poison. In a lot of ways. I've been feeling quite nostalgic recently, not for things that I've actually experienced, but just for like the concept of lives that I haven't lived, like, you know, like that kind of like, oh, I was born in the wrong generation kind of bullshit, but like legitimately like feeling bummed because you weren't, you know, like around at certain times and you didn't get to experience things firsthand. And this is kind of an examination of that and the idea that, you know, nostalgia really at the end of the day is poison. It's very rose-colored glasses. Like, is it as good as you think it is? I really associate nostalgia with, you know, muted tones in contrast with very bright colors. You get that kind of like ghostly memory with like shocks of vividness in it. That's kind of what I was going for with this build, was to really give you this kind of wistful atmosphere. I'm so sorry to be like a wordy little shit. I just like the thoughts. They just keep coming until they don't, and then I'm just like, you know, a vegetable on the couch. So. I'm really glad that I got to use both the barbed wire fencing and this amazing custom design with the eyes and the grate. I think it's so wonderful and spooky, and I've had it saved on my Pinterest boards for what feels like forever, so thank you to this build for giving me credence to actually use it. So back here behind the silo, I started to put some of the tree standees and hedge standees. I don't know if I used the hedge actually. The mountain standee, I should say. I put them to the back. They're supposed to kind of look like they were props at one point in the circus. Maybe they were used in shows and they're not used anymore. I really wish there was like a colorway or something that was kind of like, I'm not gonna say rusty, but what is it, like a slightly melted cardboard or like a slightly battered old version of it. God, you know, like if we could mod stuff in this game, that would be just so powerful. This is not tied to the build, but look at Marcel. Once again, enjoying the build. Again, like a king, like a god, you know? He's just my baby. I love him so much. I really wanted to give you the impression with this build that although this area has fallen into disarray, it is still being used to a certain extent. Here is Marcel again. Oh my god. Look at him. What a baby. I had to take some pictures. I'm so sorry if you hate that, but like I had to. He is baby. Look at him airplaning away. A king. A king. Yeah, so you'll see items throughout, like the generator and the toolbox and things of that nature, along with like miscellaneous items like the rocking horse and the ring toss, which kind of, it's this, you know, kind of combination of this is like a real maintenance area where someone like legitimately works and or has worked in the past. And it's also just a dumping ground for all the garbage that the people that work there don't know where to put. So, you know. I think I'm going to be adding on to this build because I think a lot of the things that keep me from building in Animal Crossing is this kind of paralyzing, oh my god, I don't have the exact item that I want, or I don't have the colorway of the item that I need. And then I just don't build it because I'm like, oh my god, I have to trade for it, and trading makes my anxiety spike like a motherfucker, so I'm not gonna trade. So it just never gets done. But I kind of just used what I had on hand and tried to adapt things. I am sure that I'm going to be adding things onto this area because it's not completely done. I would love to get my hands on the barrels that have like the smoke or whatever the heck kind of phosphorus fumes are like emitting from them. I'd love to get those and add those to this build, and a ton more garbage and trash and stuff like that because of course that's my aesthetic. I do like where I ended up going with it though. I think that there's a bit of fun in having to have limited options and just working with what you have, you know? As you can see, I placed a couple socks beside the grate. I hope that lends you to wonder, is the creature in the grate an ominous kind of destructive evil force, or is it just a mischievous creature that likes to eat socks? Which is perhaps worse, honestly, when you think about it. Like, if you like to eat socks, you've probably got like deeper issues, so I might be more worried about like a creature that wants to eat socks than like a bleh, I'm gonna eat you kind of creature. I don't know, but something to think about. Food for thought. Not literally. Please don't eat socks. Or do, like, it's a free country, man. Now, it seems like we are rounding about to the end of this build, so I will catch you on the flip side. Later, guys. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the build. If you did, please leave me a like, comment, and please consider subscribing. I would love to know that I'm not just tossing content out into the void of nothingness. Regardless, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. Please stay safe, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye, guys.